What is up, guys? And yeah, when I went to Guardian Con, I did experience a lot of Gambit, and there were some things that I really didn't expect coming in. And yeah, so just we're gonna review some of the things that you may not have known about Gambit. And so yeah, up first is actually a very simple one because there is an element of PvP. The game mode cannot use PvE damage types. What this means is that when shooting an enemy, you will find that the actual damage given is under 200, just like in PvE or in PvP. So like let's give an example for Vigilance Wing. In the Vigilance Wing with PvP, if you hit the head, it will do 20 damage and 20 damage only. And it's going to be the exact same thing in Gambit. You'll find that when you hit a headshot on a PvE enemy, it will only do 20 damage. So yeah, like I said, it is the same in Crucible, and it's because Bungie did not want you to have that doing that more 200 damage like in PvE. Because if you go over to the other arena, that would be insanely overpowered when fighting other players during an invasion. So yeah, secondly, it is that upon an invasion, you will be able to see all the players on the enemy team through the walls. So this makes it very easy for you, especially like if you're really good at PvE, to push into the enemy and thus sneak up on them. Personally, I don't actually really like this that much. I feel like it's a little overpowered because of how hard it is to locate the invader during the beginning of the invasion. So yeah, personally, I would change it so that you only get a kind of a small glimpse of where they are, and then maybe it sort of fades over time. I think this might make it a bit easier, a little harder on the invader and a bit easier on the defenders. And yeah, that's pretty much the second one. It was a bit kind of annoying that they could see you perfectly, yet you really couldn't, you had no idea where they were. So lastly, it is going to be kind of an interesting one more because it's more about the weapons. And it's not specifically about like the PvP playstyle like I said before. It's more about the bow and arrow that you could see in the gameplay during the beginning of the video, and I'll be playing it on right now. But it is that it's fairly easy to use. In pretty much all bow and arrows, especially in kind of other PC games, as well as like maybe Battlefield, there was the Phantom bow that you could use in Battlefield 4, and I think in Rust there's a couple of bows that you really do have to be quite accurate, and it is pretty much all the time not hit scan. It's a projectile, but in Destiny 2, it did really feel like it was a hit scan. I'm not too sure if it was hit scan, but it was incredibly easy to use. And of course, we didn't really get a chance to use it in like a proper Crucible match. But regardless, it was incredibly easy to use. And that really, really surprised me. I could see people using it and using it really well. So that's going to be kind of a big play, especially since some of my friends who kind of liked in maybe CSGO where there was a deagle where it's kind of a one-shot headshot. Even though this isn't a one-shot headshot, like they wanted some gun that was a little bit harder to use, but it was really, really good damage-wise. And so this gun is really good damage-wise, but isn't really that hard to use. So I'm going to be really surprised. I want to see if it go into the PvP meta at all. So right now it might be Vigilance and Graviton. But if when this comes out, it would be interesting to see how much that might have an effect on Trials and maybe Iron Banner. And so yeah, this also kind of is reminiscent of the PvP in Destiny 1, in which the hand cannons were in fact quite powerful, and they were probably the most overpowered type of gun throughout the lifespan of Destiny 1. And so yeah, they did feel when I used the bow and arrow, it did really feel like an old hand cannon that was just cranked up to the max. And so yeah, if you really do want to practice for that bow and arrow, then I would suggest going on to Destiny 1 and using some of those old hand cannons that do 86 to the head. And so yeah, that is pretty much it. The last one isn't really about Gambit, but it is going to be kind of affect Gambit. So yeah, that is it. Again, on the last video I said there will be Uriel's gift video. I'm going to be postponing that a bit because I did want to do some more Gambit videos. So yeah, that is it. And I will see you guys next time. So please don't forget to subscribe because, I need the ad revenue and the views. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.